Hello everyone, this is the Medeco M4. It's a 6-pin 4-slider lock, and as you saw there with my struggle to remove the key, it's rather unreliable. I think that Medeco will not be using it for too long. It is too unreliable in comparison to the M3 or the biaxial, and as such presents a problem for long-term end user reliability and yeah, just general usage. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry if you can hear some stuff outside. My neighbors are having a very loud party in the backyard, I think. So let's see. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah. So the problem with this Medeco M4 is that its side pins don't like to actually activate till I've got the top set and before the rotations bind. So we'll see here. Pin 1, it is binding after I've set the side pin here. Sure, yeah, and that's a bit of a pain. So, you know, put some stuff away. How do I want to tackle this? You know what? I'm gonna try this reach profile. Let's see if this is actually a real thing. Pin 1 done. It already feels done. Pin 3 is done there. Let's just check that the side pins haven't fallen. They haven't. There's one. Let's go from the back. 6, the actual pin itself had fallen. So one is set. Feels a bit strange. I think I might have dropped my side pins. Maybe I didn't. Huh, it's not. Where's my profile? Let's try and use this rounded hook instead. It's a bit tall up there. The pin in front of it has been set. This one has not. Feels good. Let's make sure that I didn't accidentally drop the sides. I think I did. I think I did. Maybe not. Let's just check all the sets. Yep. Six and 5 are done. One is done. 2 is not done. Maybe I'll check my side pins again. Okay, and we'll use again the rounded hook. Okay, we got pin 1. All through. No, I think I just lost my side pin and I didn't get rotations. Did I? No. Disappointing. Dropped them again. No. Something sounded very positive there, didn't it? It's very strange. This pin 2 doesn't seem to integrate it. There we are. That felt very good. And that's an open puck. 18 minutes is a bit long. I was hoping to not have it be that long, but sometimes that is what it is. Let's just show with the cam on the back that this is open. So, tricky lock, sort of. And by tricky, it's probably only this one really. I've found a lot more that are less tricky than it. Let's not get this out of frame. So, it starts up top, much like a lot of other locks. There is my hex screw. Or hex screwdriver, rather. That's not good. Misplaced it, probably. Yes, I think I misplaced it. Oh, no, I haven't. It's right here. So we'll go from pin 1. So yeah, you basically get 3, maybe 4 stages of full set, given mine. The first stage is you get all the top set, then you get the first bit of the sidebar set, then you set the rotations, and then you set the second part of the sidebar. So that's the 3 bits of full set, I guess, and the open. So another reason that a lot of people find the M4 disappointing is because it often... Come on. Well, maybe I won't get the key pins out till I take out the core. It doesn't contain many security pins up top. Where'd that grub screw go? Yeah. And that's because Medeco are cheapskates, I guess. Key pin came out from 2. So you'll see in this one's completely stock. I have a Medeco pinning kit, and I could probably put More barrels inside if I wanted to, but the milling in this, as you saw, was pretty ineffective. Didn't have to do much to solve it, and it didn't really feel like anything. Didn't cause any tapering effect, nothing like that. There's a barrel in 3. Is this key-pin also not coming out? Ah, both key-pins came out. Very good. This and this. Come on. So, in general, we'll see why that is actually as I take the core out from this, but just know that the milling is ineffective. Strova, standard again. Hey, don't jump out like that. This one. Spring a bit tired, so hopefully nothing's too inaccurate. Some of these pins are arcs, that is, say, spooling or serrations on the key pin, but they don't really do anything to picking as long as you're comfortable and confident with your jiggle test. It's more or less just for show. And the last pin here is also a barrel. You'll see that I am shaking this a bit to try and release the key pin, which isn't releasing, by the way. Again, another reliability problem of this core. But we'll keep that over here, and I'll grab a Phillips head. And we'll see as we come inside here. I probably should have cleaned up this tray, but that's okay. Yes. Take off this back piece. I will put the key in to make sure that the side pins don't shoot out and to have everything stay. You see how I had to wiggle the key a bit? Another problem with reliability. So we'll dump out this here key pin. I'd like to show you first the milling, which does not exist on pin 3. It is the same sort of serrations that ESSA does for their barrel locks. However, it's much, much thinner, and you'll see on the side where the rotation limiter is, it is barely existent at all in there. So to say, when you're picking clockwise and the pins bind against the right side, it will interact. But if you pick counterclockwise, or rather when you pick counterclockwise, it will interact on the right side. If you pick clockwise, it will interact much less. So you could argue that it's actually easier to pick counterclockwise, clockwise rather than counterclockwise, because of the fact that the milling is barely effective that way. But again, much of a muchness. Let's take out the sidebar, and you'll see that there is 2 springs inside here that spring the sidebar. There are 4, well, there are 6 fingers and 4 little grooves for the side pins. Again, not the most impressive thing in the world. I'll dump out these small sidebar springs, 1 and 2. And we'll look at these side pins. These side pins, of course, interact on the key, and you'll see the interactive element there, which is able to lift in this lock side pin 3 to its correct height. I'd like to show you also, there are false gates on these, but there are a problem with them, and I'll show you that in a second. As I remove the key so that the springs don't shoot them out, we'll see here there's normal little fingers there for the 3 normal ones. The interactive one has a little step with which to raise it. Again, that interacts with the interactive, but it's no different in picking. So let's start from the front with 1 and whoa, 2 just jumped out. 2 and 3, which is the interactive 3, and 4. Went down here. Okay, there are springs on the inside here. I don't really want to remove them, so I'm not going to. We'll put the core and the housing over here. And I'd like to show you specifically this interactive one, or I would if I should put the grubs elsewhere. Maybe I should have put these down here, but so I'd like to show you this, where the interactive has no false gate. It's just one big true gate. And I'll put these back here for the sake of simplicity. But this one here in 4 is one of the normal ones, and this has false gates, and yet I think this one is the only one that actually activates in this lock. You can see there's one above and one below. Well, maybe there's just one below. Yeah, there's nothing above. It's just one below. And there is side pin 2. This one has a false gate, but it is ineffective, and I don't know why. It should come into effect, but it doesn't. And side pin 2 is one of those ones that actually activates during the picking, so, or in the first step. So I don't actually know why it doesn't come into effect. Pin 1 again has a false gate there, and yet it does not come into effect. So again, these side pins are relatively impotent in comparison to things like the Acetone 6K or the any of the twins, even the ones with the serrations as opposed to the actual false gates. Otherwise, that was the Medeco M4. It's a relatively shoddy and poorly made lock that's just using the Medeco name, really. It's a bad patent extension. Otherwise, that's everything. Have a lovely rest of your day.